I arrived here in London in January 1989, just over 2 years ago. It was to be my big overseas adventure. Two years ago, I tested positive for HIV. I was completely devastated. Who wouldn't be? I was 21 years old. And I know what you're thinking, he looks a lot older than 23. Like an old man. That's what this fucking disease does. Ravage your body. A year ago, I was fit and healthy. A year ago, I was still able to work. You know what really sucks? I got HIV from my one and only one night stand. Honest truth. Picked up this guy from a club. Both drunk we were. He was really hot. I mean, great body, worked out. A couple of sexy tats, a real masculine guy. His name was John or James, I think. Okay, if I could turn the clock back, I would have made him use a condom, but I was off my face. Horny. So this morning, I'm attending my monthly checkup with Dr. Garvey, an HIV/AIDS specialist. Looks about 12. Probably in his mid-30s. Has these movie star good looks, radiates energy and super self-confidence, he does. I've never had that. Super self-confidence. Rupert's his first name. Comes from money, you can tell. So, how we doing, Alfie? He says, throwing my medical record down onto his desk. It lands with a thud. Collapsing onto his swivel chair, he gives me his toothpaste effort smile. He does have beautiful teeth. Slaps both palms onto his desk, making me jump, and says, "We come here on our own, Alfie, today?" I, as I always do, ignore him. He has this really irritating habit of saying "we" all the time. "We still taking our meds, Alfie?" He's such a dickhead. Insists in addressing me in this patronizing manner. Treats me like I'm a 4-year-old kid. I pull a face, switch off from whatever bullshit he's saying. Zoning out is what does my therapist Harry call it? A coping strategy, she says. A way of shutting out unpleasant thoughts and feelings. Alfie, did you hear what I said? No, I didn't, I say. Well, if you'd care to pay attention, I was saying your T4 cell count results are back from the lab. He gives me one of his affected beaming smiles, accentuating his gleaming pearly whites. He reminds me of one of those swarmy game show hosts, with all the teeth and superficiality. Alfie, he barks. You okay? No, I'm not okay, dickhead. I have full-blown AIDS, I wanted to say. Instead, I say nothing. He opens my medical file, glares at me for a long moment. Alfie, I'm afraid it's not good news, Alfie. Your T4 cell count has dropped from 423 to 94. That's really bad, isn't it? I whisper. It's not good. but we can up your AZT dosage to 1,200 milligrams a day. No! It's not helping! The side effects make me feel like shit. I have difficulty breathing, nausea, vomiting, and these chronic headaches. AZT is making me worse, not better. As if on cue, I start coughing violently, grab my inhaler, and suck in a few puffs. Dr. Garvey breathes deeply, exhales slowly, and glowers. He looks pissed with me. I could be wrong, but I honestly think he's homophobic. Ironic, huh? An HIV specialist, and he looks at his gay patients with such contempt. Probably took this gig on to gain a promotion. Maybe I'm being unfair, misjudging him. Alfie. Yes, AZT has unfortunate side effects, but considering... Change my meds! I slap my palms onto the table. Garvey twitches, taken aback by my outburst. I'm taken aback by my outburst. Put me on combination therapy, I yelled at him. Perhaps we could consider an alternative to AZT. My advice, however, would be to wait, and it's my body. I want off AZT. Now. You're not the one having to force this poison down your throat 3 times a day, are you? My immune system's totally fucked! A showdown seems inevitable. We glare at each other for what feels like an eternity. I won't back down. Not this time. He sighs. Okay, Alfie. If that's what you want. However, as I say yes, it is. Dr. Garvey, it is what I want. I feel I've won a small victory. He rearranges himself, gives me one of his well-practiced, benevolent looks, reverts to his unusual upbeat demeanor. Writes out a prescription, rips it from the pad with a flourish, hands it to me, and says, without looking up, "Don't give up hope, Alfie. We'll beat this ghastly disease." I consider responding just as he looks up, beaming like a lighthouse, and says, "We'll see you in next month." Will we? I think. With great effort, I get up from the chair. As I'm leaving his surgery, I see he's already flicking through his next patient's medical